Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Hanukkah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam sha'asa nisim la'avoteinu bayamim hahem bazman hazeh.
Shalom. This week we celebrate the holiday of Hanukkah. Now, the lighting of the menorah, or some people call it the Chanukiah, is an essential part of our Hanukkah observance. Now, the Talmud makes a distinction between the oils and the wicks that are permissible on Shabbat and those that are permissible on Hanukkah. Wicks and oils not permitted for the kindling of the Sabbath lights are permissible for the kindling of the lights of Hanukkah. The rabbis of old spelled out the word nefesh, the word for soul, letter by letter, nu, pe, shin. And they used it as an acronym for the phrase ner, pitila, shemen. Ner, which means light, pitila, which means wick, and shemen, which means oil. They explained that certain types of oil and certain types of wicks were not used on Shabbat because, quote, the light skips in them and the wicks are not drawn up. And yet, these inferior materials are allowed in the kindling of the Hanukkah menorah. And the question is, why? Hanukkah and Purim belong to what we call the oral tradition, and they are different from the festivals of Sukkot, Passover, and Shavuot, and they are definitely different from the observance of Shabbat. Now, when it comes to Shabbat, and when it comes to Sukkot and Passover and Shavuot, these were festivals that were ordained by God at the very moment of creation. In other words, they originated in heaven. God brought about these holidays by divine decree. But Hanukkah and Purim are different because they came about not through a divine decree, but by human initiative. When Judah Maccabee and his brothers rose up to fight against the religious oppression imposed on our ancestors by the Assyrian Greeks, they aroused in God a love for the Jewish people, a love which resulted in the miracle of that cruse of oil. Likewise, it was the actions of Esther and Mordecai which led to a great victory recorded in the book of Esther, a victory that we celebrate on the holiday of Purim. Hanukkah and Purim are holidays we merit by our own actions, by our own deeds. Sukkot, Passover, Shavuot, and Shabbat are about God choosing us. Hanukkah and Purim are about the Jewish people choosing God. The Tzvat Emet, Rabbi Yehuda Leib Alter of Ger, the great 19th century rabbi who lived in Poland, wrote, because these holidays were brought about by Israel's own deeds, every Jewish soul can be restored through them. Every Jew can find a way of belonging and attachment through them. Think about this. Every Jewish soul, even those who are not particularly religious, even Jews who do not light the Sabbath candles every Friday night, is kosher enough to light the Hanukkah menorah. This is a holiday no one needs to feel inadequate or insufficiently holy to participate in. This is a holiday widely celebrated among Jews of every stripe, from the very observant to the very secular. This is the reason oils and wicks not allowed for the Sabbath, not allowed for Passover, Shavuot, and Sukkot, are allowed on Hanukkah. In other words, all are welcome. All are encouraged to embrace Hanukkah. May your observance of Hanukkah awaken in you a love of our Jewish tradition and a realization of our power to awaken in God a love of the Jewish people, which can result in miracles. Happy Hanukkah and Shabbat Shalom.